Let us do Pradhana and start the session. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Mannado Sri Jagannatha, Madguru Sri Jagadguru, Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram, Vyaptam Yena Characharam, Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Traitatiram originator, sensational writer, Hindu virtue donor, the emperor of spiritual kingdom, the author of more than 100 divine holy scriptures, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwarlu. We are learning Bhagavad Gita introduction chapter from Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita, interpreted by Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwarlu. Last week we came to know that the Bhagavad Gita was not taught in 700 slokams. However, in order to make us understand well, the Vyasa who interpreted Bhagavad Gita, he made the Bhagavad Gita into 700 slokams, and the Bhagavad Gita was completely related to the matter which is related to Lord Krishna and Arjuna, but there is no relation to anybody else in Gita teaching over there in the battlefield. The conversation was completely purely happened between Lord Krishna and Arjuna only, and we came to know that since if it was not the case, the Bhagavad Gita would have been like Sanjaya Dhritarashtra conversation. But it's not like that. So it's always Sri Krishna Arjuna conversation that's in the form of Bhagavad Gita itself. Let's move forward and learn much more from this prologue. That's the foreword of interpreted over here. So some people may ask one thing, that since in Bhagavad Gita it was told that Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra both got conversation. Within that conversation, the Bhagavad Gita came out. So was that false? Some people ask like that. The answer to that is, so Vyasa intelligently he said that the matter is about what Lord Krishna and Arjuna spoke in the battlefield, but he described it as the conversation between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. So there is a speciality in doing so. What is that? The intention of Vyasa was that by doing so, people can understand well this Bhagavad Gita. So that way, Vyasa, what he did, a small matter which happened between Arjuna and Sri Krishna, he made that into 701 slokams in Bhagavad Gita. Like the people, elderly people, what they do, they will tell fabricated some stories to the small kids, so that small kids easily believe it and don't go to outside of his home. That way they can keep the small children under control without going outside and get harm or anything. So for that purpose they will tell some fabricated story to scary stories to the kids, but actually there is nothing, but that's a fabricated story elderly people tell to the kids to save the kids from unfortunate events. Similarly, here in Bhagavad Gita, whatever the roles he mentioned about Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra in Bhagavad Gita, they are fabricated, they are not true. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita, entire Bhagavad Gita is not actually 701 slogans, but he made that uh, he made that big. There were some elders. They their wisdom they put it in the form of books. So when they were doing so, they thought in such a way that how if I interpret this story in this way, the people can understand in which way I need to represent this matter so that people can understand. That way they thought and they created some roles in the book, and they made that book in the form of conversation. Example like Sita Ramanjanaya conversation, Sri Krishna Rukmini conversation, Shiva Parvati conversation, Guru Shishya conversation. Like that, they put the names and they revealed the matters and the name of that conversation. Like that, there are so many conversations available in the form of books. Um, so, in fact, Sita Ramanjaneya, Sri Krishna Rukmini, Shiva Parvati, Guru Shishyas, they never spoke each other those matters. So all those roles are fabricated itself. Like that, in the Bhagavad Gita, Sanjaya Dhritarashtra roles are fabricated; they are not truth at all. Now, some people ask a question that if that is the case, how come Vyasa knew whatever the matter happened between Bhagavan, Sri Krishna and Arjuna, and by which means, by which way Vyasa could know about that? These are the questions. The answer uh, for this, if we think attention, with more attention and think deep about that, Arjuna, who knew the matters from Lord Krishna, so after the battle is over, after some time he went to Vyasa and revealed, he must have revealed that matter to him. By knowing that matter, Vyasa thought that though this is a old matter, he wanted to make it always fresh content. He created the roles like Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra, and then he interpreted the Bhagavad Gita. So, by doing so, nobody could get any doubt on that, and without thinking, all the teachers continued telling that still they are continuing doing that. People also thought that's true, but if some people can think about that, they will think this Gita is not straight Gita, this is some cross Gita, something. So the people who think reality, think about the truth, it seems like false Gita for them. The people who have wisdom eye, they will see this Gita is not in a proper form. It is something else. So those people, they got in dilemma that which is true, which is false, and they started becoming atheists. So in this situation, we need a true Gita, which can answer all the rationalists, and which will have the matters which are bound by the theorem, and it should contain all the inscriptions in it. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita, Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita came out. Swami gave us such a great Bhagavad Gita to us, which is true, which talks about truth only. So, by saying there is no relation to Sanjaya in Bhagavad Gita, this Bhagavad Gita becomes true Bhagavad Gita. And this Bhagavad Gita is not Sanjaya Gita at all. By telling so, this Bhagavad Gita takes a great turning. So by doing so, the people who are going into the complex path, they will come out of that and They will go in a straight path which does not have any obstacles in that. So the reader should be very, very careful, and he need to think about the matter revealed in Traidatiram Bhagavad Gita, and he has to know which is truth, which is false. Everything he will come to know. He will understand that. So now let's have a question which is like a revolutionized question, something revolutionary question over here. So we understood that now whatever Bhagavan said is Bhagavad Gita. In that case, Bhagavad Gita is in the form of 18 chapters. The first one we are talking always that Arjuna Vishada Yogam. Is this Arjuna Vishada Yogam is part of Bhagavad Gita or not? That is our question. Doubt or question, we get it. Let us see the answer. What Swami says over here. Suppose a doctor and a patient are talking. When patient meets doctor, patient will keep on telling about what kind of feelings he is facing, what is happening to his body. All those things he will tell to the doctor. So doctor will give him a prescription that contains all the medicine what he has to take, and he will tell some food restrictions and how careful he should be in order to get out of from the disease. In this case, which one is called the treatment? Which one is called the treatment? The matter which doctor told is called the treatment, but we don't say the words which were spoken by patient. We don't tell it as the treatment. Suppose here
the recording has started.
Suppose here Arjuna is in the battlefield, Lord Krishna is in the battlefield, both were in the battlefield. Then Arjuna revealed his ignorance in the battlefield itself, and Lord Krishna taught Arjuna the wisdom. So the wisdom is here can be a treatment, and the ignorance of Arjuna is here a disease, right? So in the Kurukshetra battlefield, Arjuna revealed his Vishadam outside, and Lord Krishna gave the wisdom which can harm, which can eliminate all kinds of sorrows over there. That is how, for the words of Lord Krishna, the name Bhagavad Gita came out. So the Bhagavad Gita means over here the words of Lord Krishna what he spoke, but not the words what Arjuna spoke. In that case, from where this Bhagavad Gita actually started is the question will come up. As we say, the treatment which doctor says is actual treatment. Similarly, what Lord Krishna, Bhagavan, spoke is Bhagavad Gita. Okay? So, from where the words of Bhagavan started, we can call without any doubt that that point onwards is the Bhagavad Gita itself. So whatever we need to know, all are in the Bhagavan's words. The words of Bhagavan are the boundary which the jiva has to know. That is why it is called the Gita. Gita means boundary of the body. Let us end the session over here. Let us do Mangala Prarthana. We'll continue from next week onwards. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhu Rupaya Mangalam. Prabodhatmam to everyone.